Oh, hey guys, it's Joshua Reviews. Let me just state something. If you guys are familiar with the Chucky franchise, then I'm sure you guys are all aware of any killer doll movie. You've seen The Boy. You've seen Chucky. You've seen Annabelle. If you have and you're fascinated with killer doll movies, you've most likely seen the Robert the Doll franchise, which I will get to eventually. Personally, I don't mind killer doll movies. I saw the Chucky remake in theaters and I quite enjoyed it. I'm a sucker every time I see a poster for one. And when I saw the poster for this movie, Toys of Terror, I was intrigued. The cover looked cool and it was made by fucking Warner Brothers. Okay. Sign me up. Let's check it out. This movie is about a family who go to a haunted... I can't speak today. A haunted children's hospital house. And when they get there, these two kids find this crate with a bunch of killer toys. And from there, spooky shit starts to happen in the house. Well, I went into this movie almost completely blind. I mean, I saw the trailer, but I didn't know what the reviews on this movie were. So I went into it with whatever expectations I would get while pressing play. As soon as I pressed play, I worded that wrong. As soon as I pressed play, I knew from the beginning this movie is going to be fun with the killer toys. But something tells me it's going to be boring. Things I liked about this film. Overall, I can see that this is a low-budget Warner Brothers movie. The budget seems high. It doesn't seem, too high. By all means, horror movies nowadays aren't really that high budget. Usually what movie studios like to do is they like to make a quick buck with a low-budget horror movie, release it either to DVD or in theaters, and hopefully get a shit tons amount of money. That's how it usually works in the Hollywood business, guys. Just prepare yourself for that. So, I'm just going to assume this budget was like $900,000 or $1 million or something. Overall, the film looked good. The quality and the acting from the actors, they do a good job. Everything looks solid. Everything looks cool. And if there's one thing that I really liked about this film, it is the dolls and the toys. The toys in this movie are fucking awesome. They brought back the old stop motion that some older slashers and some older films had. Have you ever seen those old... I forgot them. There's one in particular... I think it's like 100 million years BC or something. I don't know. It has like the old stop motion with dinosaurs. And, oh my god. Okay, I'll use Army of Darkness, for example. The stop motion in that is really good. And that's pretty much the feel I got of this movie with the stop motion. It's not, crappy CGI. It's all stop motion. And at times it can look a little weird and out of place. Overall, it was cool to see. And overall, it looked really cool. And I was like, okay, that's not bad. Here's the problem, though. The toys aren't in it that much. They're in it, but they don't really do shit. If I had a biggest problem with this movie, it would be that it plays it too safe. This film doesn't drag, nor is it really boring. It just has this feeling that I can't really explain. It just feels like it feels like it plays it too safe. Because when I went into this movie, I was expecting killer toys. okay. What I got out was a standard Hollywood family horror film. It didn't really feel like a horror movie. It just felt like a play it safe sci-fi horror movie. If you've seen any shark sci-fi movie or any horror movie from sci-fi, you'll know that they have like a family or something, and they'll usually just be like, oh, we have to get through this dilemma together, and towards the end they realize what they've done wrong and shit like that, and they get through the problem and they survive, and big happy ending. Here's the problem. I'm not a big fan of those types of movies. And by all means, this did not do anything new. This film is just kind of meh. The toys are the coolest part. And while the actors aren't bad, I feel like the script itself isn't, big enough. Or I guess what I could say is it doesn't feel creative. It just feels bland. There's just something about this film that made me feel like, why am I watching this when I literally could be watching any other killer toy movie, like Child's Play, or Child's Play 2, or fuck it, Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home. There's so many other variety of killer doll and toy movies, such as Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, which is where I think this movie got its inspiration from. But overall, it just plays it too safe. Because when I was talking about with the toys, they're not in it that much. They are, but what I mean by that is they don't do shit. They don't do shit until like the last 10 minutes of the movie. And the thing is, this movie really played it too safe because, what I mean by that is, this film feels like it should have been a comedy. It feels like it should have been a comedy, but instead it goes for straight horror. Thing is, I don't necessarily know if I think it succeeds in that regards. There are a few scenes that were kind of like, oh, okay, that's spooky, but nothing like, oh, I'm scared, like Lake Mungo. Fuck that movie. Nothing like that. It's just meh. I don't know. I wasn't disappointed. Like, I didn't come out of it saying, oh, this is the worst film ever. No, it's got good characters. It's got good effects. I like the toys. Overall, everything about it's fine. It feels too safe. I wanted more killer toys, but instead I just kind of got like somewhat of a, what do they usually call it? A family drama film. It just really, really feels too safe. I know I'm saying that, but I don't know, man. This film's weird. And one thing I'll say with my dislike is that this film captured the Christmas element, but that too is kind of sided off. There's just so many things in this movie that I felt like they were trying to do, but they didn't know what they wanted to do. They didn't know if they wanted to make it like about the family or about the toys, because it kind of changes in between. I would have just been fine with a comedy killer toys movie, but by all means, we got a family drama. And another thing is that the characters, while, like I said, the actors do a good job, the characters are just kind of there. I mean, their story arc and their development's okay. Nothing to write home about, but that's exactly my point. There's nothing to write home about. This whole film, there's nothing to write home about. There's nothing that I can really say go into this film and expect high art or like it just feels kind of fucking bland. That's all I'm going to say. It just feels fucking bland. It's not bad. I'm going to give it a B- because it's not a bad film. I just think it plays it too safe. And I don't know, maybe that's just because I've seen so many horror films, but maybe you'll like it. I'm not saying don't check this film out. By all means, I checked it out, and I didn't hate watching it. I didn't come out of it saying, I wish I watched something else, or I regret watching this. No, but I can definitely see people not liking this film. I can definitely see that, including myself. But I didn't not like it. I liked it, just kind of whatever, bye.